Hi, and welcome to TiZE's product demonstration of eucalyptus. I am Reiner Dean, and today we're going to be going over a very brief product demo specifically designed for powder, liquid, and adhesive applications. It's a tool for workflow management, sales companion, and real-time data reports. And note it's completely customizable, so it's designed to adapt specifically for each individual company. Also note that this area up here is where each individual company logo goes, so it's a little bit more of a personalization. And then we're looking at the business manager side right here, but I do want to show the other templates or applications. So there's sales, chemist, office manager, business manager, market expert, all can be defined as your company uses those terms. And if you were just in sales, for instance, you would just have access to your individual sales profile. On the dashboard for the business manager, this is an area where he's able to review products, see the current work in the lab, see the pending work, and finished and canceled. And then also have a little quick analytics of average lab time for product development, bonding, and R&D. All these links right here are links to specific projects, which are hyperlinks that go directly to those projects, which you will see in a second. We're going to dive into some reports. Please note these reports are all out of the box, and we do customizable reports that you would see in this area. We're going to start by projects by market. And each one of these reports has the ability to do a total timeline or have a submitted start date to submitted end date, and then have that data put up on the report. So this projects by market right here, as you can see, wheel coatings is 604 projects, which comes up to 30% of the revenue for this specific coating company. This is very important information because, as you can imagine, it helps find markets to target and helps hit your company target goals. So if you had said at the beginning of the year you wanted to invest in fencing, well, if it was kind of towards the end of the year, you could see that it hadn't been a big part of your business. Next, we're going to go into lab cost by sales. And each one of these are your salespeople you see below here. These are the costs that each salesperson's accruing in the lab. So as you can tell here, Amel is costing the lab quite a bit at $285,000 for all of his projects. And I'd like to note out one person for purposes of the next report, that Pascal. He's been about $99,000 for his lab cost project, so about a little under 6% there. So why that's relevant, when we go to project by sales next, you can physically see that Pascal, who was only costing the lab $99,000, is actually producing 10% or almost 11% of the revenue, whereas Amel right here, who's costing the lab $285,000, is actually 6.28% of the total revenue. So clearly this would be an area that would need some adjustment and some speaking with Amel. Very neat tool that this system offers. Next, we're going to go to lab cost by market. This is another really cool area in the wheel coatings, architectural. You're able to see the total lab cost per each market and then the percentage that takes up. So you can also be relative in the same way as we were with the last one and see, are these markets producing revenue for my specific company? Next, we're going to go to average turnaround by sales. And here we can see Dave Brooks, whose lab time on average turnaround is 27 days. But a neat statistic that we're able to tell in this, or a neat metric, is that the mean amongst all the salespeople is around 12.3. Next, we're going to go to competitive pulse. And this metric right here is really neat because what it really tells you is which competitors are we trying to take business from, which competitors are we taking business from, and who are we really competing against. So in this area, you can see a lot that's coming from new business, but this also could be PPG, Valspar, and so forth. Next is prioritize projects for the business manager. And so each business manager has to prioritize projects that are coming in from the salespeople and then ones that are being worked on in the lab. So this is a cool tool where he's able to adjust accordingly. And then as well, one area he's able to dive into each product's details. So these are all the product details for each project, which again are very customizable. And then if you notice on the right side right here, Everybody that's involved in the project, this is all documented along this side. So no more miscommunication. Everything can be tracked, whether that project goes on for 2 months or 2 years. Okay, next we're going to go over to the chemist. Okay, and on the chemist side here, this is just an area where he's able to see what the business manager had sent him for review. He can update individual projects. He can see what's coming in. And these are individual projects right here. So he's able to edit project, add receipt, comment, and if see fit, he can reject it if that's how you guys want it set up. Also, again, he has the recent activity right here, so he's able to see what's going on, and then the same product details inside of that. That, like I mentioned previously, are customizable to your specific company. Next, we're going to go into the sales. Sales as well has a dashboard. I do want to note how a project is entered. So these are the specific project details the salesman enters, and he has the ability to clone these details if it's a consistent project, or upload new projects via anywhere he has web access. Again, all customizable fields right here. And then when the project's done, he can hit submit, to which that goes to the appropriate department, which we set up on initial setup. Last thing I wanted to show was what it looks like on the mobile, because as you know, salesmen are out on the road. Sometimes it's just easier to have the predefined fields to load, and they're also able to see the reports. But if you did have to enter a project, he is able to do that right here. I want to thank you for your time today, and please note again, this is an incredibly brief demo that does not go over any of the specifics, just what the system looks like and some of the capabilities of the system. So for any further questions, please reach out to me directly, and we can always do a go-to meeting for a full product demonstration. Thank you and have a wonderful day.